Hi, everybody. This is Alan Fine, and I'm here with J.P. Roberts, who is the general manager for the Dream Hotel in Nashville. This is a nice boutique upscale hotel in the very heart of Nashville, really just steps away from Broadway. We're going to find out all about it, talk to all his department heads here on Insider Travel Report. First question, native or transplant?
Transplant. Born and raised on the Gulf Coast of Florida, about 6 hours south of here.
And what brought you here? Not this job.
Actually, yeah, this job. Moved here for this job specifically. So that's what finally got me to Nashville. It's been on the radar for a while.
But it wasn't something like, oh, I got to go to Nashville.
Oh, no, it's been on the list for a while. It was pretty exciting to come. And then I had to drag a couple people with me. So
and then how long ago was that?
I got here in August of 19.
And so you lived through the thing that would date this whole video, if we even talk about.
Yeah, it was that was a rough year. We got hit with a tornado, and then about 10 days later, COVID kind of shut down Broadway, and the world. So.
But you slowly brought this place out. I mean, I can't believe the activity here now and what's going on.
Yeah, Nashville actually came back pretty fast. I mean, we hit phase one in early May of 2020, and we rolled through the summer. Things slowed back down, but then since fall, Nashville's been Nashville.
It's really been. So this building is quite something. Let's talk a little bit about the history of it.
Yeah, you have it's actually three different buildings that all came together. You have the historic, which was the Utopia Hotel over here on this side. And then we had another building on the other side where we kept the facade and then went up. And then there was a middle building, and we bring all three of them together in the back.
Let's talk about, though, historic stairwell.
Oh, the one going down to Printer's Alley where the ladies would maybe stand on one side of the ledge and the gentlemen would kind of pick which one they wanted on the way out. We can't really do that these days. It's frowned upon, but the building has some fun stories to it.
It smells all new and clean, right, the way it's been redone.
Yeah, a lot of work went into that one. But yeah, it's and we still embrace the stories and the history of Printer's Alley. We embrace everything that it was, the history of it, as much as we can these days. So. And
also, when you go down into the catacombs, your nightlife down there, we've got Snitch and we've got a Dirty Little Secret. The wall, talk about that, the original stone.
Yeah, the original stone wall is really what kind of gives Snitch a very, very cool vibe. I mean, everything about Snitch is it's just it's a small bar, it's a live music venue, you have good drinks, good bartenders, and just good people, good vibes. And then you have Dirty Little Secret, which is a full-on nightclub. It couldn't be more different. I mean, it's like Jekyll and Hyde next door. And then you have 4th Avenue with a bunch of different outlets that are intentionally very different than what you have in the alley, because it's two different personalities that we have to bring together.
Also, though, I see signs of it being a dream hotel related to the chat wall. In fact, this lobby reminds me a little bit of the one in Manhattan.
Beautiful hotel. I've seen it. I haven't experienced it. Haven't stayed there. But yeah, Dream has their touches all throughout, for sure.
So now, with all the food and the entertainment in Nashville, why Dream Nashville?
Well, we have a pretty good idea of why people are coming to town. People come to Nashville to have a good time. People come to Nashville to cut loose, have fun. And we as a brand are very, very good at giving the people what they want. And, I mean, you'll experience some of it here in a few minutes when we start our brunch. The party starts around 11, and it won't stop until probably Sunday night. So that's kind of every weekend here at Dream.
You can walk anywhere in town and go to a honky-tonk and have that kind of experience. This is a little different. Can you explain the difference?
Yeah, intentionally. Just like you said, Broadway's fun, don't get me wrong, but in my opinion, it's the same thing every bar you go in. It's all honky-tonks. This is not a honky-tonk. And that's very, very intentional. We don't want to try to give the people what they can get 2 blocks away. We want it to be unique, different, in my opinion, it's a lot more high energy. It's a lot more fun. It's a lot more experiential driven than the same honky-tonk.
It almost feels to me like a little bit of Soho, New York, Southern style.
Yeah, it's a little bit more of a sophisticated feel. I mean, it's a different vibe. People can go to Broadway during the day. They want something different. They come here and then they go down to Broadway. It definitely complements what's down there. So.
Now, 1 year, 3 years, 5 years, what's the plan for the hotel?
So the plan for the hotel is, just keep growing, keep moving market share, keep driving rate, keep
innovating. I see like this parlor bar.
Yeah, I mean, we're never gonna become complacent. We're never gonna become stagnant. I mean, that's kind of how things die, and that's not who we are. We're gonna keep reinventing ourselves. We're gonna keep pushing the envelope. We're gonna keep challenging ourselves, and we're gonna keep giving the people that come to Nashville something fun and new to experience.
So also new menus, new drinks, new cocktails.
Yeah, we'll roll stuff out seasonally when it comes to the drink menu and the food menu. We'll do seasonal pop-ups, whether it be spring and winter is what we've done so far. We haven't done a summer one yet. We don't have one teed up for this year, but maybe next year. But we like to change things up.
All right, we're going to talk to your department heads. Can you introduce your director of sales for us?
Rachel Stroop-Elias. She's been in the market for a while here. She knows Nashville real well. She's fantastic and very well respected in the city.
What was it that brought Dream onto your radar?
It had to do with the fact that they're going to bring these large city concepts into Nashville and then make it authentic to Music City. Bringing in our nightlife venues, Snitch, which is our dive bar, our high-end cocktail program, and then bringing a really elevated room product with unique touches like the shuffleboard behind me. All of those things really allow people to explore Music City, get excited about it, and also experience it all within inside the doors. That's what got me really excited about this project. It was just so authentic to what we are here in Nashville.
Now, so how large is the hotel? How many rooms? How many room types?
Yeah, so as far as room types go, there's a long and short answer.
Give us the long answer.
So we have 168 guest rooms, but really if you're in architecture, we have over 40 different types of rooms here on property. Short answer, we're about 20. So we've narrowed it down to that, but it was quite an interesting project. We have obviously the historic tower, which was the Utopia Hotel, and we have our modern tower that we're sitting in now that was built on top of the Climax Saloon. So building those two together and getting them to connect was quite an architectural feature, and that's why it makes our room types so unique and so different.
But now, how many suites? This is a suite.
Yes.
This is which one?
This is what we call our Utopia Suite. So we have 3 of these here on property. We also have 2 essentially penthouse suites, one being our guest house, which has a ping pong conversion dining table, jacuzzi tub, a shower that could fit a football team, and then
we wanted to show you this, but it's booked.
It's booked. That's the problem, or the good problem is they're booked all the time right now. Everybody's really treating themselves as the traveling is coming out post-COVID, and so our suites are just booked consistently throughout the week. Weekdays, weekends, doesn't matter.
In fact, we got to get out of here soon.
We do. This is booked, actually. Yeah, we got to check in at 2. But no, we also have a terrace suite, which has a 500 square foot private terrace, which is on top of actually the Climax Saloon. So it's really cool. We have a barbecue butler. It's actually our executive chef that can come up and cook for you in the room.
A barbecue butler.
Yes, it's a really nice feature. We do events for up to 20, and it's basically a curated experience where the chef comes up and hosts a private event for you. And then both those rooms actually have wet bar and as well as beer on tap, which is a really nice feature. It's our dream brew from our local Black Abbey brewery down the street. So bringing Nashville into the rooms as well. So we have we have over 21 suites here at the property.
I was going to ask you what makes Dream different than the other hotels, but you sort of already hinted at it. Is there anything else you can think of?
I mean, I think it's just truly like with inside these doors, you can experience Nashville. You can go down to Printer's Alley. You can go into Snitch and listen to local music. You don't know who's going to show up. We've had so many famous people pop on the stage, and then you can go up into Stateside and have a true culinary experience. Yeah, no, it definitely has this Art Deco, Great Gatsby sort of 1920s feel to the property. All of our guest rooms have that feel as well, and those elevated products. And then, I mean, if you go to Parlor Bar and sit in there, I mean, you look at that bourbon selection, it's one of the best in town. I mean, you've got one of the rarest bottles, Pappy Van Winkle. It's $1,000 for an ounce and a half if you feel like treating yourself. And there's just sort of something.
Don't spill that.
Don't spill that. Do not spill that. But then you can head on down to Snitch. You can listen to live music. You can head over to DLS and listen to a DJ or a live band. There's just
it's like we were saying, if you don't like this room, go to the next one. It's like a whole new party.
Exactly. Every single venue has a different feel. Every single venue has a different menu, a different curated experience. Really, whatever you're feeling, you can do it inside and still feel like you went to Nashville, and that's a really cool thing to say.
Let's talk about the amenities. Where do you want to start?
So as far as, the amenities go, we obviously have the standard, the 24-hour fitness center, complimentary wireless. We have CO Bigelow bath products, but in our Utopia suite as well as our upper level suites, we have Mason Margiela bath products were a really nice feature. We also have a great partnership with Lincoln, and so we do have a house car available to guests on the weekends. Really nice within a 3-mile radius. It's a courtesy vehicle. We have a great driver. He's downstairs right now. And, it gets guests within a couple miles, which has been great with Uber and the shortages and everything, so we can really take care of our guests that way in VIP status. Complimentary daily coffee and tea from La Colombe Coffee down in Natura Cafe. It's not your typical, just regular run-of-the-mill drip coffee, so that's something that's really nice and a great feature that we get to offer our guests.
We're getting travel advisors really excited about the property. How can they best work with you? How should they get more information? What would you tell them?
Well, right on our website, we obviously have our hotel information sheet. We also have our contacts for myself as well as my sales team in there, so you can always reach out that way. Our information is completely open and ready to go. As far as some really unique specials or activations we have, because people are looking to get back out there and they're looking for really unique experiences, we do have the barbecue butler feature and terrace suite. We have an ante-up package, which includes poker and poker cards and all of that up into our guest house to kind of play to our history of the past, which the illegal gambling halls that we used to have here in this hotel back in the 1800s. So there's some really sort of unique features and experiences that we can sell, as well as our brunch and beats package, which is a huge thing. We have the most popular brunch in all of Nashville on Saturdays. It sells out months, sometimes in advance, and so that allows you to get into that exclusivity of getting into that brunch if you book the room as well, and that's something, a great feature that you can offer your guest.
And since you're always innovating, the website would be the best place to find what's the next thing. What's the next great thing you're going to do?
Correct. Yeah. So our website is constantly updated by our marketing manager, and we have different activations. It has Snitch's event calendar of what they have going on, who's playing. Same with DLS. It has what we're doing in stateside, when we're going to have a DJ and parlor bar, what activations we're doing throughout the property, because they're constantly changing. There's so much for our guests to do with inside the hotel, and it's all on our website.
Now we're going to talk to your food and beverage person. Can you introduce her?
Yeah, Heather Karst. She's been with us since right after opening. She's been in the city for a while. She lived in Memphis for a while, so she knows the city, she knows the people, and she knows how to kind of give the people what they want.
We're in what place?
We are currently in Stateside Kitchen inside of Dream Nashville.
And how many does it seat? Tell us a little bit about it as we show it to the...
So we have 26 tables that seat roughly probably about 125, and then another 20 bar stools at the bar.
And with standing room only, how many are in here?
Too many, way too many.
Yeah, we don't want the fire department to know.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, and so let's talk about what kind of food served here, and then we're going to specifically talk about me being privileged enough to try a couple of the dishes. For example, let's talk a little bit about the warm crab dip.
Yeah, so the crab dip is our number one selling item every single day. It is a local favorite. It includes a blend of 4 cheeses, some lump crab meat, and then we serve it with a homemade house baguette that is just to die for.
Well, the thing is, the crab dip's great, but then you figure the baguette was not an afterthought. It's good.
It's good, yeah.
I was eating it alone for a little bit.
Most people order 2. Extra baguette.
Extra baguette.
Yeah,
okay.
Exactly.
So we start with the crab dip, which is seafood, and then we stay with the seafood because you have sushi here. And now I was thinking Nashville, hotel, sushi, why would I? But there's a reason. Why?
Yeah, so we have an amazing sushi chef that we just recruited from Dallas. His name is Danny, and he has really taken our sushi program here and expanded it. He's very creative, and it really is a local favorite across the board.
Well, I didn't want to necessarily taste the traditional dishes. I wanted to have something that was specific to the Dream Hotel, and you have a roll.
Yes,
the stateside roll. Tell us about that.
So the stateside roll it's got tuna and avocado on the inside, and then it's topped with salmon. And what really makes it unique is we do a homemade tomato aioli that we drizzle on the top of it.
Right. That was
sounds
good.
Weird, but so good.
No, the seafood didn't stop there. We then had a salad, and it was a tuna salad that was to die for. Tell us about that.
Yeah, the ahi tuna, it's so good. So they take a piece of fresh ahi tuna and they just sear it lightly for a couple of seconds on both sides. And then it's just paired next to this really fresh salad, mangoes, Campari tomatoes, really light.
Jicama.
Yes.
And the outside of the tuna was the best part. It was encrusted.
Yeah, almost with like a blackened seasoning. Yeah.
not to have people think you only serve fish, you have a burger that has an interesting twist to it.
Yes. So our burger is chef's creation. It's got balsamic onions on it. It's also topped with bacon, Gruyere cheese, blue cheese, which makes it really unique. And then we take arugula and toss it in a vinaigrette dressing and throw that on top as well.
And I'm not a blue cheese fan, but it was just the right amount to offset the rest.
Yes, it's not overwhelming at all. It is. It's perfect just the way it comes, for sure. And that one's actually on happy hour, which is...
Well, tell us about happy hour.
So happy hour is Monday through Friday, 4 to 7. We have a variety of $5 cocktails, and then we have a couple sandwiches for $10, and then the crab dip is actually also on there.
Now, anything else you want us to talk about in this room before we travel to the other rooms?
Really, it's just the number one brunch spot in Nashville.
Well, tell us about that.
It is a riot. Lots of bachelorette parties, lots of bachelor parties. You can easily, we book out about 3 to 4 months in advance right now, so it's crazy.
But this isn't the kind of brunch where classical music's played.
Oh no, this is a DJ. People are dancing, popping bottles, taking shots, singing along. It's fun.
So now, as we move around, we got the parlor bar. Tell us what you do there.
So the parlor bar is located inside of our lobby, and it is our crafty bar. It's where all of our mixologists work. There's a huge emphasis on bourbons across the board.
I wonder why.
I mean, we're in bourbon country, right? So we have a whole lineup of bourbons that are really hard to find. They're collector's items. People come from all over town just to have a cocktail there and be able to try something that they wouldn't normally get to try anywhere else.
And also, it seems to have seasonal decorations.
We do seasonal pop-ups, so we're wrapping up Bloom Bar right now, and then when the fall comes for fall Christmas, we will do another pop-up, yes.
For the early morning people, you have something for them too.
We do. So we have Natura, which is our coffee shop. Natura stands for natural. So we have great...
I took a guess. Yeah.
Did you? Okay, good. We have 2 baristas in there. They used to own their own coffee shop, and we are really lucky and fortunate to have gotten them. So they make all of their syrups in-house. It's their favorite thing to do. Oh, yeah. They cook everything themselves, and they spend a lot of time reducing it, and everything is made fresh here in-house.
Well, I have to go there now, but also we have to go there because I want to actually have your picture taken.
Okay.
Tell us what they'll do there.
Oh, yes. We have a machine where you just submit a picture. Most people do their dogs, honestly, and then we can press it right on top of the latte.
Now, in Printer's Alley, the hotel faces, and you have entrances to Snitch and Dirty Little Secret, and then there's also an eatery for tacos. Tell us about that.
So we have a small itty-bitty taco shop called Vatos Tacos. You walk right up, and you can just purchase tacos, shots of tequila, frozen margaritas. We're going to have the big souvenir cups, just like you're on Bourbon Street in New Orleans. So it's just got that real...
You can't walk by without being drawn in.
Oh, not at all. Not at all. It's very fiesta. Very fiesta. And when you're tipsy at night for a late night drink and taco, there's nothing better.
And finally, we're going to talk to your Dark Lord, who is what's his title?
The director of nightlife. He's the guy we keep trapped in the basement.
Director of nightlife.
Yeah, we don't let him out in the sunshine.
I can only talk to him at night.
Yeah, I mean that's the only time he's awake. But I mean for good reason. I mean they go till 3, 4 in the morning. Being a director of nightlife is a different animal. It takes a different breed, and GR is that kind of guy. Yeah. So he's good at it.
So my first question to you actually is, how does one train to be the nightlife director? Do you fight your parents for a later bedtime and then you go from there? I mean, what is it really?
Since I was 19 years old, I've been in the nightlife business, from Arizona State to now.
So you were throwing things at college too?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I've been doing this for a long time. Dream is a really, really cool brand, located New York, Miami, LA, and I felt that it would be a good challenge. and to see really what Nashville was about. It's pretty funny. My best friend always told me that if I ever came here, I would never leave. And I literally came and interviewed, and 2.5 years later, here I am.
And you said, no, not possible.
Yeah. I had to believe him. I knew the environment. I knew it was a wild city, and I thrive off wild. So for me, it was a perfect fit. But yeah, it's been a lot of work, but I really feel that what we've created, and it is definitely something adds to the honky tonk world and the energy of what Nashville is, and it's a growing market. So I feel very, very good about it.
I want to point out to the travel advisors who are watching this that you're competing with the entire city of Nashville. So you've got a tough job.
Yeah. We definitely have a lot of competition. There's no doubt about that.
All right, so let's go into how you're doing that. For example, right now we're in Snitch.
Yes.
Let's talk about it.
So Snitch, look around, small live music venue. Right out here is Printer's Alley. Printer's Alley, essentially back in the day, was the original Broadway. What we've brought to Printer's Alley is we've kept the history of what it is, and it gives people
The original signs, too.
Yeah, all the original signs are on the hotel. The original Printer's Alley sign back here. So we've kept the history behind it, but added a little flair. So Snitch is a live music venue. We stay a little more away from the honky tonk music because Broadway has it. But we have to give something to our hotel patrons that is iconic to what Music City's about. Music City's about live music. So yes,
How do you choose your acts if you're staying away from honky tonk?
we know that if they want the honky tonk, they're going to go to Broadway. But if you want to rock out, and we play country music too, don't get me wrong, but we like to it's diversify it up. So it's a cool venue, and it's got a lot of history to it. It actually used to be
Well, let's talk about that. I know this wall is the original wall.
yeah, it's the original wall. This was actually Printer's Alley was actually turned into a gentleman's kind of red light district, and this was one of the venues.
Now, right now, you're open Fridays and Saturdays?
Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Pre-COVID, we were open 7 days a week. We're moving back into that as tourism, the vaccine, all that stuff comes into play. Tourists are coming back. We will essentially get back open, to offer our hotel guests something 7 days a week.
All right, GR, where are we now?
We are in Dirty Little Secret, which is next door to Snitch, in Printer's Alley. Kind of pretty much the only official nightclub, in my eyes, in Nashville.
Now, it's right next to Snitch. Are they, and it's not soundproof, but they're both playing, there's music in both. You really can't hear the other.
No, you can't. It was designed for that, completely two different venues, two different experiences, but all within the same vicinity.
All right, so over there you got the counter honky tonk. You got some kick-ass music, rock and roll, whatever.
Live music.
What's here?
DJs. Friday, Saturday night, it's all DJ activated, programmed.
And these aren't just any DJs.
We use a lot of locals, but we also fly in outside talent as well. As the post-COVID continues, we're expanding the activations, and yeah, it's we do one-offs. We do day nightclub parties where we turn the nightclub into open the nightclub at 3:00 in the afternoon. It's a very versatile room, very cool. It's called Dirty Little Secret because there is no front door. You actually enter through All Saints, and All Saints is actual full clothing store. So it's got a little West Coast flair to it.
That by day, it looks it's a clothing store, a very expensive, nice clothing store, and then it flips and it's like that secret passageway to a secret place.
People looking around, they're trying to find a Dirty Little Secret sign. They see security guards out front. They can't figure it out. Like, you're looking for Dirty Little Secret? They're like, yeah, where is it? Directly behind you.
Yeah, you look lost. You must be.
I can tell you look lost. You're dressed to be coming here, and I know. So, it's a really cool speakeasy nightclub. It's a very intimate venue. You have mega clubs out in Vegas and stuff, but this has that feeling, and the lights and the lighting system and the grid, and all of this lights up back there. It's a really cool venue when it's hammering off. Currently, right now, Friday and Saturday, 9 to 2:30. But depending on what's going on in the city, we do one-offs, activations, and we are sooner than later we'll be opening on Thursdays as well.
So so you got Snitch, you got Dirty Little Secret, but and you're the nighttime programming guy.
Yeah.
Except that they don't let you sleep because you also program brunches.
Yeah, I program the brunches, anything that has audiovisual and activation talent is pretty much under my wheelhouse. But yes, we have a party brunch on Friday and Saturday. And I guess the best way to put it, it's a very elevated experience.
So this is not where you come for a quiet little omelet, maybe a little hash browns. This is explain what this is.
Starting brunch is 10 to 3, and at 11 o'clock the DJs go on and start building the room. By noon, the party is completely chaotic. You are able to eat. We do bottomless champagne, and it just elevates into a full day experience. People in Nashville come here to drink, come here to party. We just start the party for them. But we've noticed that our Fridays and Saturdays, we are the hottest brunch scene. I totally believe that. If you're coming, make sure you book your reservation extremely early before you get here. So we can guarantee we can get you guys in. But yeah, it is a wild experience. I highly recommend it. If that's what you're coming to Nashville for, 9 out of 10 times that's what people are coming to Nashville for. So Sunday is different. Sunday's a live music brunch. It's a high energy, but it's not the DJs. So what we try to do is give them that intense situation when they get here, and then as they're leaving, most people are leaving on Sundays, it's kind of more chill, but the people who play rock out. So it's
take care of the bars. What do you do?
Depending on what the activation is. So currently right now we're in the tail end of Bloom Bar. Bloom Bar was activated with DJs to create different experiences. The idea is you can go from one room to the next and just have a different experience all within your hotel. So that was initially the idea. We're taking Bloom Bar comes down at the end of this week, and we go back to Parlor Bar, but then we will reactivate it and put DJs in. So you can go to different rooms in this hotel, and there'll be DJs or live music playing all simultaneously in different areas.
Always different, just like between Snitch and the Dirty Little Secret. Upstairs, you've got all those bars, and each one is its own little activation.
Its own activation. They all have their own identity. Not one looks the same, similar to the other. And I think that's what gives us a jump, and I think that's the reason that we are successful at what we do, because people can come around and you just see them walking and learning, and it's
when you go to a place and you go, this place, I'm getting tired of it. Well, you don't get tired of it because you just go to the next room.
Just go to the next room, and it's a new experience. So grab another cocktail, sit down, and see what happens.
And you're the reason for that.
I'm a partial reason. I can't take all the credit. We have a phenomenal team here. But yeah,
we're getting to meet them all.
Yeah, that's cool. That you'll get a little taste of what we have to offer here. We have a lot of personalities, and I think that's what really has made this thing what it is.
All right, so now let's wrap up with just we go out to about more than 80,000 travel advisors. Yeah. What do you want them to know? How should they sell this hotel?
Selling Dream Nashville is not challenging. It's very different when you go to our neighbors. I mean, we're on Boutique Row in Nashville, and we are very, very different than everybody here. We have a lot of energy. We have a lot of fun. Our team is fantastic. You're going to be very well taken care of, and you're going to have a hell of a time. And that's what we do here.
Thanks for talking to us.
Absolutely, man. Thanks for having me.